Welcome back to my show. I'm the Beer Adventurer.
I'm Carissa.
And on this episode, I've got the Lindemans, and I think I'm pronouncing it right, Cassis? Okay, this is the Blackcurrant Lambic. Now, I'm slowly working through as many of theirs as I can find. There is a playlist. Check that out. These are the spontaneously fermented beers, the lambics. And it says, this lambic is made with local barley, unmalted wheat, blackcurrant juice, aged hops, and wild airborne yeast. Spontaneous fermentation. True lambics are rare. All come from one of fewer than a dozen breweries in Belgium's Seine River Valley, a region that's 15 by 75 miles. And the Lindemans Brewery has been family owned since 1822.
Wow.
So, like, you know, you're like, wow, that one of my favorite microbreweries just made it to their 6th year anniversary. These have been doing it for 200 years. So you get to peel off all the little foil.
A pretty little foil.
Now, I have a Lindemans glass, so we will be sharing out of this Lindemans glass. Be careful when you pop your top if you're a crown collector, because these are going to be relatively rare.
Or something like that.
I don't remember.
It's
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it's got,
It does.
So
Well, you know what? We've been using the smaller ones.
I guess so. Maybe I could see the.
Yes.
Hold on a minute.
Well,
Excuse me a second. We're back.
we'll just let it go. Fine.
It's okay.
Well, it actually kind of makes sense because this could be very fermented, very carbonated. Yeah.
Ooh.
See,
I like the pop.
smell it.
Oh wow.
All right.
It's all purpley.
Now today we do have a studio audience, so we'll pour some over here.
Looks like grape juice.
I doubt you've ever had a lambic.
Now that I've heard the word.
Yeah. Lambics tend to be something that either the more advanced beer drinker or European or somebody that's really into wine sometimes hears about lambics. But go ahead and try.
I like them.
I believe I've had this one before.
I have not. That's very good.
All right, I'm getting good from everybody. Now the head on these lambics
Has
are
a nice little earthy
remarkable.
smell. Very tart.
Oh yeah. Yep. Pour the rest in there. Now when you get these these bottles, you're gonna find out that they have the punt in the bottom. They're very much like a champagne. Feel that is like stupid heavy because
It really is.
I'm not 100% sure if they have a secondary fermentation to produce, because the spontaneous fermentation I do know will produce most of the alcohol. They may have a secondary fermentation. I'm not 100% sure, but if they do, that would provide the carbonation,
Okay.
as opposed to like a forced carbonation. But considering they're 200 years old, they would probably not use forced carbonation because
Right.
they're doing this the old school way. Now, like I said from my other videos, I look at these beers, they are more of a dessert beer. They're really good. Yeah, they're sippers. They're kind of wine-like.
Yes.
Um,
Somewhere between a wine and a cider and a beer all mixed together.
yeah, I mean it's its own category,
Yeah.
and it's
very fruity. It has a very earthy smell. This one's pretty sour.
you can
It's tart.
eat with
It's not
these.
sour tart.
You can eat stuff with it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to ruin the flavor of it.
See,
I
that's
want-
where you're missing. Charcuterie all day.
Well,
No, like it goes like with
with
a nice cheese, some crusty bread, and usually like salamis, calabrese, all those type of things. I mean, bear in mind this was a French beer. This was a French farm style beer. This was the farmers drank this. Apparently they was doing it. They have a little bit lower alcohol content.
Three.
Like
3.5.
3.5, 3.8, something like that, where it seems like most of them are. They have alcohol content, but they're not real high.
Right.
But I mean, they're designed to be enjoyed and sit there and.
I love lemons.
They also make them in large bottles.
Yeah.
And we've gotten a couple of those. Yeah, but it's not. They're expensive, but I treat them like a bottle of wine. You share it with a bunch of your friends.
When you drink these, it's an event. It's not just a drink.
Yeah, this is not like I mean, I imagine you could just be like, it's Netflix. Pour me a lambic, but you could, but I think it's more like.
I don't think you're doing it justice that way, but very earthy.
I actually don't like them really cold. I like them kind of cellar temperature.
I like them cold.
Yeah, but I like it just a little bit warmer than that. Almost like I treat it like kind of like a stout. Like it should be cool, not cold. I mean, but that's a personal preference. I've never really seen a.
What the difference? If there's a big difference, or.
Yeah. I think there's some flavors that you get as it warms up a smidge.
Probably.
But overall, I love these beers.
Delicious.
I mean, it's obvious. I have quite a few of them in our catalog. And Carissa likes them a lot too, so I have her do those pretty often with me.
Well, they do make my blood sugar a little high.
Understandable.
I think there's lots of sugar in them.
Quite possible. Quite possible. But, I mean, if you guys are enjoying this video half as much as we're enjoying this beer, I'd hope that you'd give us a like. Consider subscribing. If you ring the bell, you'll get 3 a week. I will see what I can find. Put it down there in the description. Also, I've left the link somewhere on the video, and I'll try to remember to leave a link in the description to the playlist. And I'll put a link at the end to the playlist, too. Now, also in the description, you'll find all of my links, merchandise, media, all that kind of stuff. You can find me on social media, articles that I've done, things like that nature. Now, I mean, let's talk about it down there in the description. Down there in the comments. I need another beer. Something with a little oomph. So, let's go ahead and get down to it. Did you dig it?
Yeah.
Look over to the studio audience. Did you dig it?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Would you have it again?
Oh, yeah.
I would like some more now.
Yeah, well, got a little extra. Now, it does go okay with food. When you get to that, is it worth buying a 6-pack? These beers don't really fall in that category. You tend to find them in
different size bottles.
Different size single bottles. Every now and then you'll find a kind of sampler.
Yes, and we've done that before.
Which I've done those before. But they're little bitty bottles.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's cool. It's tasty still, nonetheless. Your seekability, they have decent distribution.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's not like you don't go to the convenience store.
No, you're gonna have to go to a liquor store.
You go to liquor stores,
or a
specific beer store.
You're not getting that in most grocery stores.
Yeah,
unless they just really have a large beer section.
You have to really hit a good beer.
Yeah.
A good beer seller will have these. So on my scale of 1 to 10, 1's the lowest, 10's the highest.
It's an 8.
Yep. But you over there.
Yes.
All right. So we got 8s all around.
Well above average.
Yes, well above average. I really feel like, especially the first couple times you have these, it's an experience. It's not even like a drink.
I about lost my mind the first time I had one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's on camera. It's on one of those videos
Yeah,
somewhere.
I did that specifically. I wouldn't let her have any until we
The
did it.
apple, I think, is my favorite
Yeah,
so
yeah.
far. The apple is
Well, there you
really
have it, folks. Yeah.
Oh,
Until
yeah.
your next beer adventure.
good. Cheers.